this year? Okay, boom. We not chasing nobody. You mad? Who fool? Who chad? Who bunny boys? Tell me ready. You mad? Who fool? Who chad? Who bunny boys? T-boy, Gaibel. Gaibel.
Don't message my phone.
Gaibel.
I don't want you.
Gaibel. Jigsaw. Let's go. Gaibel. You see this year? Okay, boom. We not chasing nobody. Why you got in all that vary? Acting as though you don't want me. Yes, baby.
Maybe you think we need mustard?
Yes, baby.
Yes, baby.
I don't have ketchup, you know. You think we should take some?
Yes, baby.
If you tell me clean the house, yes, baby. If you tell me hush my mouth, yes, baby. If you say I cannot go, yes, baby. I will
I want 5 cases of malt, 2 cases of leg quarters, 3 cases of yellowtail wine. Give me plenty yellowtail wine. Half bag
Everything you say is
lentils,
yes,
half
baby.
bag. He's paying.
When I go to work, she lie down on the settee. When I come home, I give her all the money. Yes, baby. You don't need to stress. Take what you want and give me the rest. Yes, baby. Your cooking is the best, but I know you're tired. Why don't you take a rest?
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Looking to start your next home improvement project? Do It Center has everything you need from foundation to finish. Whether you're building, renovating, or just sprucing up, you'll find a wide selection of construction materials, lumber, tools, finishings, and of course, Do It Best quality paints. Perfect for every room. Now with 2 convenient locations on Goodwill Road and Cork Street, it's easy to shop in person or you can browse the full collection online at store.doitcenterdominica.com. Need delivery? They've got you you covered. Do It Center offers island-wide delivery so your purchases reach you wherever you are. Visit them today, and the friendly, knowledgeable staff will help bring your home improvement dreams to life. Do It Center Dominica, your partner in home improvement.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Good evening. Hello, welcome to another show. It is Monday, the 17th of February. My favorite month. The favorite month in the whole wide world. It's February. All right. It's Monday the 17th. It's the eve of my birthday. Yes, today's the eve. And it is a holiday somewhere. It's actually a holiday in Canada. I want to say good evening. Welcome every single one of you. Welcome to the show. Hello, I see you guys coming in. Come on down. Hi. Thank you, Kiss. She said my favorite online show for the carnival season. Love the vibes. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope you share the live. Good evening, Sandra. Welcome. Good evening, present. She's saying present, miss. Welcome. Come on down. The bell has rung and we're getting ready for our Queen's Quest. You know, this week is Queen's Quest. We're on a quest for the queendom, right? And I'm so excited to be talking to the Queen contestants for the national competition that is the Miss Dominica competition that happens next week Thursday. And we have 5 beautiful, intelligent, exquisite, talented women who will be participating in this year's competition. And every single night for the next couple of days, we're going to be featuring one of them. So I feel it's very important for a level of individuality to be demonstrated throughout this competition. And you know, sometimes when you're in a competition with somebody, they put all of us in the same. They like everywhere you go, they're going like as if it's it's a group, like it's a group presentation, right? But I feel like I love to do this way because you get to feel out the young ladies themselves. You get to see their personality. I mean, last year we instantly saw Georgiana's and Kiana's personality on the show, and guess who emerged the winner and the runner-up, right? It was them, right? We instantly saw that, and I'm not saying that my show had anything to do with it. Just saying that it gives you an opportunity to interact with the young ladies. It gives you an opportunity to ask questions. It gives you an opportunity to see if you want to go to the show, right? Because I mean, you don't want to go and waste your long money and go and see Koshani. You want to go see a quality show, and it just gives you an opportunity to see exactly what these women have in store. You know, their personality, their intellect, their ambitions. You get to learn so much about them, and that's why I continue to do this. And I want to say thank you in a huge way to Discover Dominica Authority and Dominica Festivals Committee for allowing me to do this interview. So big up to Monel and Marva and Ayo, the rest of the gang, you know, for really seeing it important to have this show continue every single year. So I want to say thank you very much in a huge way to that. I want to say thank you very much to all of my sponsors, those who have come on board for Queen's Quest. Let me tell you, the sponsors did not hesitate. Soon as I reached out, they were on board. I want to say big up in a huge way to Caribe for being the sponsor for the entire month. Thank you very much to Do It Best for being, or Do It Center, Do It Best Paints for being the sponsor for the entire Queen's Quest event. As of course, they're also a sponsor of one of the young ladies who are participating this year. I also want to say thank you to Fresh Market Pharmacy for being a sponsor. Thank you to Cash and Carry and Best Price, as well as Astafans. All right, guys, we have a show lined up for you. We're gonna talk. We won't be talking. We're gonna be talking, and I hope she come ready to talk because Nukai Pale Oswela, right? So we're gonna be talking. We're gonna find out a little bit more about La Vida. I don't know why I want to say La Vida. As if La Vida just sounds, I don't know. I always want to rename people. But it's La Vida Liverpool is joining us here this evening. And I'm so excited to have her on. I want to say thank you very much to all of you who've tuned in. We have 41 of you on this platform. We also want to say thank you to those of you on Facebook, those of you on LinkedIn, those of you on YouTube. Good evening to you, and thank you so very much for joining us. I encourage folks to subscribe to my YouTube channel. A lot of my shows will be moved to the YouTube channel at some point, and you don't want to miss out. So subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when I go live and you're able to interact. So you never miss a beat. You don't want to miss a beat, do it. Don't want to miss a beat. So I don't want to waste any more time. It's already 7:51 p.m. I want to bring in my lovely guest who's joining me here for the very first time. Say good evening and share some love and show some love to La Vida. Hi, La Vida.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine.
Are you nervous? Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, right? You'll be fine. Just look at this as your practice for question and answer.
Interviewing. Yes.
That is your practice for it.
Yes.
So how are you doing today? How was your week?
Today was a very long day. I had a lot going on. As we know, the show is next week. So hectic, hectic, hectic. So today was a long day, but today we went to the St. Luke's Primary School, which I loved. We read to the students. I read to the grade kids. And it reminded me why I like little children so much. They young still. I read a book for them when I grew up, and I went around the room asking them what they want to do when they grow up. And it was very much exciting to see so much faith and, you know, in their eyes, waiting to grow up and become what they want to become, like I had.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful experience. How have you enjoyed the experience thus far? Like, what has the experience been like for you joining the competition?
Well, this is my first time in pageantry yourself. And the experience, honestly, I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for the connections I'm making, for the people I'm meeting, for learning new things, learning new skills. And I'm honestly just grateful for it. Whether the outcome, I'm grateful for it.
That's really nice to know. We want to know a little bit about you. So let's start off by you sharing where you're from, how old you are. You know the real pageant introduction. Give us the real pageant introduction of who La Vida is.
Okay, Laveda is 20 years old. Recently got 20 in January. Big up the
Ooh,
Capricorns.
happy
Um,
belated.
Thank you very much. I am a very, I'm from Jodel, as we know. Beautiful, beautiful community, close knit group of people. Basically family, because basically everybody is related. Everyone what are telling me what should I intertwine with in Jodel because everybody is related somewhere or one way or another.
Mhm.
But I'm a very self-expressive person. It took me a while to get where I am as a person. I was shy before. I wasn't I wasn't shy to the point I would get nervous or anxiety, but I was shy to the point I didn't express myself because I would feel people would judge me for being who I am. But now I really like who cares? Like one life, you only have one life, you only have one chance to be yourself, one chance to meet people, one chance to experience certain things. So it really is your choice to be truly who you are.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you very much for sharing that with
Okay.
all of us. Um, Tell me a little bit about your childhood, your home circle. Do you have siblings? Like, do you have?
Okay. I have four siblings. I have a little brother who's adopted.
Mhm.
I have an older brother and I have two sisters. And honestly, I've always said this, but part of who I am today is part because of them. And I feel like everybody should have siblings growing up because it plays a role in who you are as a person in the future. And I feel, well, most of me comes from my older sister. I know
Really?
she used to see me as a little doll, so I guess that's why I
She
feel
was
like
preparing you for pageantry.
not necessarily. I feel like she was preparing me for life in general. I feel like she was preparing me for anything. That's why I feel like pageantry or not, I can take on anything. I can do anything. I can be anybody I want to be because of her influence on me and her telling me to be truly in myself, be who I am, and really don't take anything personally from people and just always remember is what you want in life. You will get it.
Well, so
So
far I'm
like
enjoying this conversation. I'm
yes,
enjoying this conversation. You're a very personable person. No,
thank you.
you jab. You have a little bit of jab in you. So that shyness has definitely gone away, and it's good to see that your family played a huge role in that. So you talk about your siblings. So tell me about where you went to school. Where did you attend your schooling?
Okay. Preschool, I remember, but I don't remember quite clearly. But I went to bird making center for sure. I
Mhm.
remember it like it was yesterday because certain people I know now, I still know them from preschool.
Wow.
I went to St. Martin Primary, big up St. Martin Primary, best primary school out there, hands down. The experiences I had there was really life changing. I met my best friend for life in grade 4. Um, honestly, half of the people I know now I still, and sometimes that doesn't really happen. Like people from primary school, you would never, know them in your grown life and such. And I just feel like the whole generation, like us from that generation, mesh so well together that we just continue life together in a sense.
Mhm.
So I feel my experience in primary school was really nice, and high school the social experience was nice, but in the sense of school itself, I went to convent high school.
Mhm.
I attended in 2018, yes, 2018, 2017, and that was Maria time. So,
Wow.
yes. So we entered, I think I only had 1 week of first form. 1 week of first form, and then after that, lights out. Lights out.
Wow.
1 week of
So,
first
so
form.
that was a really trying time for
Yes,
you. Like
yes. And imagine after that, guess what came next? COVID.
COVID.
That was so funny. I don't know.
Well,
I thought it
you know
funny.
what? I don't even think it's funny that the fact that you brought it up, and I think it's something that we need to address. We need to talk about the social impact of both Maria and COVID.
Yes.
The I mean, you had to really rebuild your strength in your mind, your body, your soul, even to persevere through school during Maria. I mean, I left Dominica. I was one of those who left, and I left, and I think I would have stayed if I wasn't pregnant. But I no, I not I think I would have said I would have definitely stayed
Yeah.
if I wasn't pregnant. But because I was pregnant and I actually had a return ticket to go back, I left, and I stayed for a little while, after having my son. And a huge part of it had to do with the fact that a lot of the business that I would have had, I had them no more. So I had to figure out ways to, and so much happened to you. You came into this, like you came into your real prime of your teens, when you get to socialize and you get to interact. I mean, I was talking the other day about socials between convent high school and SMA doesn't even happen anymore,
No,
and that's
I
because of
was
those things.
literally talking about that. Yes. The that era, like certain things definitely changed. Like things definitely changed. I was talking to my best friend about that the other day, and we call it that as though we didn't get the full high school experience. We didn't get it because
You were
most of the
cheated.
time we were home or like it had this event I was looking forward to so badly when I entered convent, and we only got it once,
Wow.
because with the one time we get it was the beginning of first form, and then after that they cut it off, and I was so sad. It was just so sad. And certain times, like in third form when COVID hit, we is halfway through third form, we end up switching to online. So like we had already meet our classmates already, and so then I switched it to online. That was just so weird. It was just so weird because for first form we didn't have online. It was shift system after Maria, so it wasn't
Yes.
online. So it's the first time we were online. We're in third form, so it was different to be online class. It was just a different experience,
How do you
honestly.
feel that impacted you? You know, like both events, I'm sure they impacted you differently. And you speak about, how the social aspect of it not being able to interact. But you as an individual, like, did it cause certain changes in you yourself? You know, did you see you behaving differently in life or even looking at things differently? What sort of impact did it have on you?
I think for COVID specifically, that's when I had a lot of self reflection in myself. I think it's because I was home. I was home, and technology, that's all that we had. Technology was literally always our best friend. Like we didn't have no choice. Always were we supposed to socialize and so on. And
Mm,
I feel in that time, because when I came back, yeah, I was a completely different person. In my opinion, I was a completely different person. And I did a lot of self reflection that time. I progress what I wanted to progress in myself. I built self confidence in myself because in first, second form, I didn't really had that much self confidence in myself. And I feel COVID, although it was a bad thing to me personally, it had its benefits. And I feel staying home and really getting to reflect with yourself and learning things about yourself, that was really good for me. And I appreciate that. And I feel like everybody should do that for themselves.
mhm. Yeah. Thank you very much for sharing that with all of us and even bringing that up and how, things have changed so significantly and some of the things that we did in the past or that we do no more. We probably need to reconsider bringing it back, because times have just changed significantly. Today I got a notification, that kids are starting to wear masks again because of it's flu season, everybody's getting sick. And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
and it's
oh my
very
God, here we go again.
very bad. It's not
So
just the flu, you're vomiting, and
yes.
so I guess wear your mask, kids. Wear your mask.
Yes. Like wear your
Wear your
mask. I
mask.
think you feel like you're gonna be sick too, to just wear your mask and stuff.
Yes.
You're vulnerable, you have low immune system and stuff. Tell us now, I think we can start talking a little bit about, your journey. How are you feeling as the pageant draws a little bit closer?
Honestly, I feel the same as as I entered. I feel the same now.
Hmm.
Obviously, I feel different in the sense I learn different things. I'm learning different stuffs.
Hmm.
But honestly, I'm not the type of person to get nervous. I don't usually get nervous. I feel I can be confident in every area of my life, so I don't really get nervous. So the show being next week, that just I feel in pressure. Obviously, I feel in pressure, but honestly, I'm ready to showcase what I've been working on and for everybody to see the creativity of my team and myself, and honestly, just for it to be a great show, for it to see my contestants, and yeah,
Lavida,
it's good.
I'm telling you, I'm right now. I'm flawed that you don't have a sponsor because you are such a strong
Oh my god,
candidate. Like,
me
don't
too.
they know how strong of a candidate you are? Like,
Well, I believe, me personally, I believe everything happens for a reason. And honestly, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. But I would appreciate it. But it's been a long time, and I've done so much. I've done so much with the help of my team and myself that
mhm,
honestly, I feel proud in the fact that we did all that and we didn't have a sponsor. That is
Well,
to show
we
you.
need to get you a sponsor. So I'm making an appeal right now to the public, whoever is looking, to tell Paul, to tell Saul, to tell all that Lavida is a strong contender. You're a very strong contender, if I do say
Thank
so
you.
myself. And just speaking with you, you're a very person. I can just imagine you going out and representing Dominica, and a
Okay.
huge part of that is how you're able to express yourself, how you're able to explain. I mean, you went down places that I didn't even want to, I didn't even intend to go down. We ended up
Oh,
talking about
I
Maria and
did that.
Joseph.
My bad.
Right? No, no, but that is all good because you're a great conversationalist, and
Thank
that is
you.
very important when you're self promoting as well as promoting for country. Because as Miss Dominica, one of the main part or role or one of the main parts of aspects of your role is to represent your country, right? And you're able to hold on a conversation. I mean, anybody can interview you, and that is something that that we need a lot more of. All right, so I'm making an appeal. It's 1 week down, and you can definitely put your hat in the ring and show your support to La Vida and sponsor her. She's still not sponsored, and I'm shocked that you're still not sponsored. So that's my appeal. Tell us a little bit about your journey. What inspired you to want to be part of Miss Dominica 2025?
Honestly, I've always wanted to take part, but I felt like this year was really the year. Like something told me to go up this year. And I listened, obviously, because I'm here. And I just feel everybody can win, everybody can put their best foot forward, and no matter the outcome, as I said, everything that you take from this show would really be valuable to you in the future. You will learn a lot about networking and really just how you keep yourself, how you have yourself to you showcase yourself towards people. And I feel like that's very important in growth in life. And I'm very grateful for it. And honestly, just taking part in our cultural activities, hence my platform, Cultural Preservation, I find that really, really nice. I find it really, really nice that I am taking part, and I encourage other people to take part too in our cultural activities.
Thank you very much for talking about that. I wanna, I don't wanna miss this because I sense that I would miss it. So I kind of put a note for myself to not miss it. But I love the fact that you are another natural hair girl. So is that locks? Like
Yes.
your hair is. So I remember a couple years ago we had another Tanya was Tanya Eugene with locks, and now we're seeing more and more ladies coming in with locks and embracing their natural beauty. Tell me a little bit about your hair journey.
Okay, so in primary school, I had tech. It was perm here, but they didn't want to say it was perm. They wanted to say it was texturized. I had I had texturized here, but my hair was very long, and my older sister, used to take good care of my hair, good care of my hair, and I think in fifth form, I told my mother that I didn't want to comb my hair anymore and I want to learn how to comb my hair. That's what I told her. Straightforward. And then I remember precisely that I first learned how to cornrow on a doll of mine. And I can remember like it was yesterday. I first learned how to cornrow on a doll head.
Mm.
And when I came to high school, I think second form, I cut my hair. I've always wanted locks. Since I could develop that sense of consciousness, I always wanted locks. I always find it was beautiful. It was a very good journey to have from self within. And second form, I cut my hair, and I don't know what that was. If you saw me in second form, you didn't know me. You did not know me. My hair was short, and another reason why I felt because I could have handled my natural hair, but it's to the point where products are so expensive that the level of thickness my hair was in, oh God, I couldn't do it. My hair was very thick, very, very thick. My family has some very good hair genes, okay? Just putting that out there. But after I caught it in second form, I think I think around early fifth form, end of fourth form, I started my locks. And I remember my hair being so short. But I remember telling people that my hair and my locks are going to form so fast, so fast. And lo and behold, anytime somebody sees my hair, um, they ask me how long I've had it, whatever. And when they hear me say 2 years, going 3 years on the 28th of February, right after the show, called Coincidence, 3 years on February 20th, they tell me, "What? Your hair is 2 years?" I said, "Yes, my hair is
Wow.
2 years because my hair is very long. Well, for somebody that has that length of time, it's very long,
Mm.
and I take good care of my hair because I believe that doing too much will not give you good results. So I generally twist my hair like 2 weeks a month. It's not really that much because I first of all I don't like it to be fresh to twist all the time
Mm.
because first of
You
all
like the little
long,
kink to show.
yeah, sometimes it does give a little pop, it does give something, and I believe that also when people don't know this, but when you get locks, whether you had sensitive scalp or not, you will get sensitive scalp. I'm telling you
What, is it
straight
like
up.
the tension on the on your hair?
I think so because remember locks is like build up of year. So you every time, and then you have the growth in your root. So when you continuously twisting that, it's
Mm-hmm.
the tension from the hair building up. Because I generally twist my hair myself. I think the only people I've touched my locks are my sister and me. And after her, the last time she touched it, it was me that twisted my hair.
Mm-hmm.
For the show, I don't really do it. Big up to my hairdresser. I don't really do it, but because it takes a lot of time. I'm
Mm-hmm.
faster now in combing it, but it takes time, so I can't really do it for the show. But I do it myself.
I'm interested to know. You said you mentioned that you started it in high school,
Yes.
towards fourth form. How did the school react? See, because I know there is always this. I mean, there's some schools
Yes.
who allow you to, but a lot of the Catholic schools tend to be a little bit stricter when it comes to natural hair. Well, not so much convent in terms of natural hair, because I see they represent really well with their natural hair styles and stuff, but I'm not sure about how they felt about like locks. And I know like SMA has like a strict hair policy and stuff. What was that like? Did you have to hide it, or was it like very easy peasy for you?
No, because I remember clearly that around that time when I started my locks, I don't remember nobody else like thinking about doing that. Like I really don't remember nobody else. So when I started it, it was really a journey to me, and I don't think the school paid that much mind to it. I don't think they studied it that much because before they really did had this stigma of locks. They did, which I found a little because somebody's natural hair or somebody's process of progress of hair should not come in
Affect
with
their learning.
and it doesn't make any sense in my opinion.
Mhm.
And I understand that everybody has their own standards, their own rules, and da da da. But at the same time, it has certain things that are not connected. Like, what does my hair being locked have to do with my brains and me writing on an exam paper? It makes no sense.
Or even me being tidy or presenting
Yes,
myself in
I think,
in an intelligent way.
and as you said that there is good that you brought this up, okay? I always have to educate people on locks sometimes. And sometimes when I see the post online, I just watch it. I just side eye it. Because usually before people used to say, people with locks don't wash their locks. Or
Mm.
people with
Oh, it's
locks.
smelling.
And I just was like, what? What are you talking
Let me
about?
tell you,
Like, I
these days
wash my hair just
we
like you.
smelling more than locks, you know. Them
Like,
days there.
Them things of
Especially if it's wet in the rain, problem. But no, I used to watch it as what kind of a stereotype is that? Because I wash my hair the same way you wash your hair, maybe even with better products because I have,
Mhm.
you know. So I used to watch it as that's very weird.
Did you
But
find like even in your journey, like do you find in your journey as one of the contestants, have anybody called you out or mentioned, oh, you have locks? Like has anybody brought that up? Because I feel
no,
society is a lot more understanding of the natural
no,
hair
yeah,
journey. Yeah.
yes. I think it's because they have seen so much of the fake. I don't know if it's fake, but it is fake. I know kind of like guys, it is fake. So much of the fake on people that we somehow lose who we naturally are sometimes and what we look like naturally, and that hinders how we express ourselves. And
Hmm.
I think along the lines people started to take it up, I think, as a trend. I would call it a trend, like
It
becoming
was a
natural.
trend. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
like becoming
Yeah.
natural. Because
Yeah.
people seeing one person did it and then they wanted to do it and da, da, da. So I feel even if it's a good thing, everybody is natural now. I feel somewhere along the line, some people that they don't do it for them, they do it for other
They miss the
people.
real reason. Yeah, they miss
Yes,
the real reason.
they miss the reason. And I just want to say I hope they do find the real reason that they want to become naturally themselves, because it's honestly, I'm not even lying, it's so much more freeing. It's so much more freeing to just be yourself naturally and you know, just you, in my opinion.
I love the way you style your locks, and big up. I see Kim Sejan is on the live. She's also a locked bay. I like to call people women with locks locked bays. So she's also a locked bay, and representing for the locks, the women who wear their hair, who've locked their hair, and her hair is long and beautiful. And like you rightfully say, you take good care of yours, and yours has grown so quickly. So big up to you. Let's get into some more serious things. We've had a little powwow. You recently graduated with a degree in paralegal studies, right?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that. What drew you to the legal field?
I've always been a person that wanted to advocate for people, well, as I said, the underdogs, or the people don't want to help, in a sense. Like I
Mhm.
feel it's because I always try to put myself in people's shoes. I think it's because how I was raised and how my mother raised me, and I always wanted to put myself in people's shoes, never judge people too quickly, because you never know if that could be you in a second, or if that could be you
Mhm.
in 20 minutes. You don't know. And it honestly comes from a place wanting to help people and wanting to bring fairness and justice to a system that is not fair sometimes. So it
Mm.
really stems from that.
So you're presently employed, right?
Not at this moment,
Okay.
but I was working at a lawyer's office. I gained my experience, and it's
What
because
was that? What was that like? What was that process like?
honestly, I did it because I wanted to get hands-on experience before I had the idea of going to school. So I
Hmm.
wanted to get, you know, because usually people would finish school and just go straight into is after they finish get their first degree, they would go straight into another degree
Hmm.
and then working. But I feel like it should be different. It should be you get your first degree, your associate's degree, you get the experience, see if you really want to, put yourself in that field, put yourself in that area, and then you go on to further your studies in that specific area. That's how I feel I see it. And
That's a good
honestly,
strategy.
yes, the
I wish I'd
experience.
taken that strategy because let me tell you, I went to school 3 times in my life, right?
That's
Because
great.
I changed every time, at every time. Because obviously you don't know what you want to do. You don't really know,
Yeah.
what you really want to get into, and you might say, because everybody, when you're growing up, everybody around you'll say, "Oh, I want to become a doctor. I want to be a lawyer." When I was growing up, I wanted to be a pilot at one time. So,
Ah,
I mean, a little experience in it would have probably,
yes.
well,
And I
one
also
would be a
feel
dentist.
it should be implemented in schools to have practical lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Because while I'm in school, I could be figuring, still be able to change what I want to do and not graduate and then having to go back to school, if you understand what I'm saying. So
It
I
would have
feel
been
like,
great if some of the if part of your evaluation would have to do with an internship. Like you're in
yes,
school,
I
younger,
feel like
you're not
we should offer more of that in schools, internships, because that's a really is really beneficial to the person, and it helps the person figure out what if they want to really really do that, and if they want to be in that specific field or that job in that specific field. That it helps with that.
speaking on legal, on being like a paralegal and all of that. If you could change one thing or one legal issue that's affecting young people in Dominica today, what would it be and why?
Legal issue, young people. Honestly, I feel most of the legal issues in Dominica right now, it's kind of connected in a sense, because I feel this could happen and that could be a result of that, and so it could have a young person who's on the streets, not really didn't finish school and didn't, and obviously their go-to would be to start to sell drugs or whatever on the streets, and then according to how deep you get into that profession and how deep you get into that part of your life,
Mm-hmm.
who would reach certain areas to the point where you would have brushes with the legal system and law. And I always I always try to tell people that everything is a result of whatever that happening to you right now. So I like to see it as the person could have had a bad childhood or been influenced by other people and so on, and that led them to where they are. Sometimes it's really just a personal choice of if that person wanted to do that in their life and if they wanted to really just start selling drugs and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly feel that's one of the parts of our legal system that's really just very high up there. Young people getting into certain parts of crime because of past experiences of things that happened to them in the past. And I feel it could all be avoided if
Mm-hmm.
they have a support system where they can really go to as their younger self before all that happens, and
Mm-hmm.
all the selling the drugs, different kind of things in crime. And I feel like it could be stopped with help from when they are young, and education and educating them when they're young.
Thanks for sharing that with us. Um, let's talk a little bit about your platform. You mentioned it earlier on, but if you could expand on it a little bit and let us tell us a little bit on how you plan to use it to inspire young women in Dominica.
Okay, my platform is cultural preservation, and that is basically the practice of protecting and maintaining a culture's heritage for the benefit of future generations. I believe that Dominica has a very very unique culture, and a country's culture is their identity, and without that, we are literally nobody. So I think that it's very very good for us to have a very unique sense of culture. And I think, in the sense of young people, as a young person myself, I think nowadays that young people are interested in certain parts of the culture, but not all parts of the culture. So,
Can
and
you tell me a little bit more about on that? Can you expand a little bit on that?
so,
I'm intrigued to know.
so we all we know that the culture part of the culture is carnival season, the fetsy, and that's what you more see the young people involved in. You wouldn't really see them in the culture part, the part of the culture where you'll be learning the traditional dances, you know, traditional making traditional foods or learning how to make traditional foods in the traditional wares. You wouldn't really see that much. So
So
I
they
feel
all
like
about the feds.
What about the fat?
So I said they are pretty much all about the fats.
And it's understandable because I feel that's when you hear about culture in Dominica right now, that's the first part you're thinking of in your mind, thinking about the other parts. And I feel with the era of technology, that's what you would see come up when you
Mm-hmm.
search for
Mm-hmm.
culture, Dominica culture. You wouldn't really see a video of a person dancing ballet, a person, recording how to make kalaloo, how to make all them sorts of things online. You would more see it in the cultural vibe, like carnival vibe, sorry. And you more see videos about that. So I think as the children of technology, they would say, we more see that certain parts of the culture. We don't see the other parts of the culture.
And
And
you're worried that that's dying out, or and that
I
we need.
feel it's not really dying out, it's still there. But I feel to continue it, as I say, for future generations, we first need to get the present generation involved in it and appeal it to them and make them want to promote it more, be involved in community events, community cleanups, all those such things. And I feel if we don't do that, then yes, most definitely it's going to die out. It's going to die out. Trust.
Mm. Um, I want to touch a little bit on your journey so far in Miss Dominica. What would you say would have been probably the most challenging aspect of preparing, besides the fact that you don't have a sponsor yet? Um, because I know that that could be the financial aspect of it, definitely would be a challenge. And you can expand on that a little bit for us as well. But what would you say would be probably one of the most challenging aspects of the journey so far for you?
I think at first it was really time management because, as we know, people in Miss Dominica are working people,
Mm-hmm.
8 to 5, 8 to 4. And then you have the practices that stem from 6 to 7 or 5. As soon as you finish work, 5 to 7, 5 to 6. Now I'm talking about 7 to 8, all those times. So I feel at first it was time management and managing how I do and when I do certain things. But honestly, I feel like I've gotten the hang of it. Well, I have to. Oh my god, Laveda. I have to get the hang of it. But yes, I feel at first it was definitely time management and really managing how I do certain things and when I do certain things. And another part would be certain times I would feel as though, because I'm a fast learner, but that doesn't mean if I see something right now, I go to. It just means I would see it and mimic it, but not right away. But
Mm-hmm.
it had certain parts where it was harder to get certain things, being newly introduced to the pageantry field. And I didn't want to tell
What,
anybody.
what, what, like what were some of your difficult moments?
Um, I think it was along the lines of like techniques in certain areas, like walking techniques. Like I can model, I can think, but it have specific techniques you would do on the stage for Miss Dominica.
Mm-hmm.
So it was harder to grasp that having done it for the first time. And yeah, I think that's the only. Everywhere else I'm strong in. Like, it's okay. But no, it was really just walking and the techniques. Because I do model, I do try because that is one of my passions. So I always practice it. But in the sense of the techniques for Miss Dominica, grasping that was a little hard. And I just want to tell anybody that's thinking about going up for the show that it's normal, okay? It's fine. You will get it, and trust me, you will, because doing it over and over again, you will eventually get it. And I feel you should not be discouraged because that just shows that it takes you longer, but when you get it, you get it. You get it, like you really get it. You can do it in your sleep, you can do it in your bathroom, you can do it in the kitchen when you're making food. Anytime, it will be easy for you because you had a hard time learning it, so you've done it over and over and over again, so it's stuck in your head.
You
So I
it
don't
you sound like this is something that you probably feel or you believe that a lot of women struggle with when they enter the pageantry, the world of pageantry, in terms of the walk. Because I mean, the way a model will walk and the way you walk in pageantry is two different types of walks, like two completely different. The speed is different, the way you stand is different. Your stance, the way your body has to move, the way you
yes.
put your shoulders and your neck and all of these things, like it's almost like you have to do a little level of concoction, like changing all your body, in order to
Jael, not me, you're killing tonight there, please.
but it's true. It looks like, like you like, but I feel a huge part of this is that you develop good posture. There are lots
Yes.
of benefits to it. Because you might feel like I'm somebody that slouches a lot, right? And the first time I had to MC for Miss Dominica, like I found myself like standing up because there's a level of like stature, that is expected the way you carry yourself. There's an expectation, right? But it's good to hear you talk about that, and I'm interested to know, being around the other ladies, what is it like being around the other ladies and seeing them and even seeing their own growth? What is that like for you?
Honestly, it's inspiring because everybody has their own difficulties, and seeing them overcome whatever difficulties they have is inspiring because it's telling me or it's showing me that if you can do it, I can do it too.
Right.
And honestly, I love the contestants. Like, oh my god, like, oh my god, let me stop with this. But no,
You have a good relationship.
yes, we laugh a lot, really, because I tell jokes. I'm a very funny person. Okay, I just want to say this. And anybody that tells you different, don't believe them. Okay, I am a very funny person. But no, we laugh a lot. We talk about very interesting. We have some very interesting topics. I remember coming down from Grande opening recently, and Ali and I were in a argument about the flights, and what had happened with the protesting about the pilot. So
Yeah.
we having a conversation about that. I was literally just us there going at it. It was really fun. It was really interesting. I loved it. I love when people speak. I love when people have their own opinions. I find that really
And they're able
nice.
to express themselves.
Yes, I love
Yeah.
it
So
when
you have an
you.
you have an expressive group of five young ladies.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. And I talk in face and in mouth, by the way. So
Uh,
if you don't say it, your face will say it.
Speaking of, you spoke a little bit about modeling, and I understand that you participated in Dominica's Next Top Model competition in 2023. What did that experience teach you about yourself?
Honestly, it taught me that I might know what I know, but what I know is not high up there.
There's more to know.
Like it's not even funny. Like honestly, like I came into this show checking. Okay, I model and I know what I can. I know what I can do, and I know what I, you know. Oh my god, who said that? Not me, because it's like, and it was very very eye opening because it really shows you that no matter how much you think you know, you can learn more, or it has more to learn. Like
Mhm.
that's just the truth. That's just the truth of life, and that's just reality. Same as
Mm.
with Miss Dominica, I came in with having certain abilities, but then you realize that those abilities has to be brought up to a standard, the standard of the Miss Dominica show. So it really opened your eyes to the fact that you have a lot to learn. Even if you might know that you have a lot to learn.
Thank you for sharing that with us. You also mentioned about I remember you mentioned about loving to hike. Um, can you share with us one of your favorite trails and probably why that trail is special to you?
Oh my god. Let me see. If I'm being honest, I've been on hiking a while, but the ones I've been on, I think I think my favorite hike was maybe Needham Falls, and
I
I
did
think
that.
that
I did that on the last day of the year.
I mean, like,
Let me
I
tell you.
think I really, and it wasn't really okay. It was a company first of all. It was like a
Mm,
school trip kind of. It was a
mhm.
company. I had my best friend with me, obviously. It was a company, and I really just feel is the scenery, and people might think hiking is a lot of work. It is. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a lot of work. But when you reach your destination, you just have to. All you can do is say it's worth it. It was worth it because when you see the beauty of what we offer in as a country or what we have to offer, you just have to sit down and say, me complaining back there, that was not me. Okay.
Well,
Like
I personally, I need to have a waterfall or a source of water at the end of a hike. If it doesn't
yeah.
end, if it doesn't end with a source of water, like to me, it's just like, what did I do all of this for? You
What
know,
you
that is just my own personal
yeah.
purpose that I end with a source of water. But let's say you had a visitor coming to Dominica, and they wanted you to take them on a hike. Which hike would you probably want to take them on? You told me about which one was probably one of your favorites, but which one would you want to take them on and why?
As I said, the hikes I've been on, the one that stood out the most to me was really Middle and Falls. Like
Mm.
the experience was really nice,
Have
and
you done Boiling Lake?
no, and then my uncle is coming on for the show and he wants me to do it, and I'm scared.
No,
And
after you do it after the show, not before.
but it's after, and I'm
Mm,
scared. I've
mm,
never been, but oh my god, it's so long. I mean, I love to hike, but the length, wow, the length. But I guess when you, as I said, when you reach the end and you really enjoy what you were hiking for, it will all
mhm.
be worth it. But I will be experiencing it very soon, so I will tell you about that. Don't
In,
fret.
in a subsequent announcement.
Yes.
Um, if you normally they ask, if you were to win, what would you do next? You know, but I'm switching it up today. If you were to lose this competition, what would be your next step, and how would you use the experience that you've gained throughout to kind of motivate your next step, or decide, or help you decide on your next step?
Honestly, I love that question because I like I'm not the type of person to like typical things. So obviously I would expect you to ask me if I won da 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 da. But I I look forward to people asking me the opposite. I look forward to people asking me the opposite of typical things because it gets your mind going than rather than you having a standard answer for something that as winning Miss Dominica. But honestly, if I was to lose, life would go on. Okay, life would go on. I had the experience. I met people. I learned different skills, different abilities. I networked a lot. I met, oh my god, I met so many people in this span of me. It's not even funny. And I just feel, honestly, as I said, life will go on. You will go back to your regular programming, and as long as you're a person to to take a loss. You can take a loss. You will be fine. You will be fine. Trust. Everything happens for a reason. It didn't happen for you because you have something better for coming for you. I'm not saying that winning Miss Dominica is not good, but in watching it from
In
a different set
retrospect,
of
yeah.
eyes, yeah, different set of eyes, it has something better coming for you. And I just always want people to see it doesn't matter if it's Miss Dominica. I just want people to know that anything that bad happens to you, it always has a reason behind it, and something great and something better is coming for you. And you should always listen to the universe. You should always listen to what the universe tells you, what the universe shows you. Because the fact that something happened and you didn't take it in, it happened because of a reason that's going to give you a brighter future, something better.
Mhm.
And you not listening is hindering what you have in the future. People need to understand that.
Mhm.
You stick to that bad friendship, that bad relationship, that bad no experience, a bad job is just hindering what that's coming, that something better for you in the future is hindering that. So you should always try and listen to your instinct, the universe, and listen to it.
If you were to win, of course, and you had obviously 1 year, you'll have 1 year to make a real impact, what would you be your first major project that you would start?
Honestly, I think it would be using my newfound fame and exposure to showcase our culture in different school programs and different school visits. Because, as I said, the culture starts with the youth, okay?
Mhm.
And it starts with the youth, it ends with the youth. And in my opinion, getting the youth more interested in the culture, you have to showcase it in a way they would want to learn more about it and want to be more involved in it.
Mhm.
So whether it be the flower show in Jodel or St. Joseph opening of Carnival, you can appeal to the youth that yes, you can be involved in the activities, but imagine if you were behind the scenes actually helping with the activities. If you were actually conducting where that goes or what happens, who performs, all that, or what group, what cultural groups perform, and all those things. Behind the scenes, you will get a better understanding of why that happens in a culture, or why those people dance like that, or why that group in the cultural parade, and so on and so on. So I feel showcasing that in the schools and educating them on our culture, how to do different things in our culture, why certain things are the way they are in our culture. I feel that would appeal to them and that would reach them to the point where they would want to ask and research things about our culture.
Yes, yes, definitely. I like what you say about that, because one of the things, like even with my son, I'm recognizing that he does not like my kids. My kids, although they're very much involved in school, they don't know a lot of things about the culture, and it's so very true. Like you would throw random things. I mean, and because we don't, a lot of our activities don't happen all year round. They happen at different at specific times,
Yeah.
and if you miss that opportunity to kind of teach them, and I remember my aunt telling me the other day, you must make the children learn more about this and more about that because they really don't know, and I'm like, but they know about all of the worldly things, they know about all of the things happening in America and around the world, but just the stuff like things about our own culture, a lot of young people are lacking in that. And I do agree with you that these need to be incorporated heavily into the school curriculum, having activities like getting children to learn to dance ballet, getting children
Yeah.
to learn to do heel and toe. Like every school should enforce that within their curriculum, learning about more about the cultural dances and the instruments that are played and where the connection is, the historic aspect of it, the types of food. Because I mean, our favorite dish now, or our national dish was not always our national dish, right?
Yeah.
It was something else before. Why did that change? Why was it what it was before? And why did it change? And all of the different things, about our culture. I feel like that what you make, the point you make, is so very valuable and valid. And that is something that definitely we should look to consider, because children are no, they're adapting to what is they see on a lot on the media. A lot of almost every child has a tablet or an iPad, right? And unfortunately, the information that they're receiving from the iPad is not teaching them anything about Dominica. It's teaching them
At
about
all.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's teaching them
I
about
feel like
everywhere.
promoting it more because obviously, as we know, technology is how young people, as you said, get their information. So
Mm,
I feel like if we promote it more using social media apps such as TikTok, because that's what people use, young people use nowadays, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, like a young child can be scrolling and see such a captivating reel or captivating post about Dominica and click on it, and they will start to go into a wormhole and start to find out more things. That's really how it happens, and I feel we should really promote it more.
Yes, yes, definitely. I want to open up at this time to the audience. I see them, they've been talking to themselves, and they've been responding to certain things that you've said. They've acknowledged certain things that you've said. They're enjoying the conversation. Lots of folks are commenting, and I want to give them an opportunity to ask you questions. So I want to open up the floor now. So they can go ahead and start asking the questions. But before I get to their questions, or comments. It doesn't have to be just questions. It could also be comments. I want to do a little drill with you. Usually I do this during my talk, run the track and talk when I have entertainers on. But I feel like you've been so entertaining tonight. So you're like our own entertainer, and I want to throw some rapid fire questions at you. And without giving you an opportunity to think too much for you to answer the question. So the first thing that comes to mind is all it's a game. Well, it's a game. The very first thing
Okay.
that comes to mind, just answer it and let me know. And in the meantime, we hope that the folks on the live will be able to share their questions, their comments with us. So you ready, Lavida?
Yes, 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 yes.
All right, let's go. If you could trade lives with any historical figure for a day, who would it be?
Mandela. What's his name? Oh my God.
Nelson Mandela?
Nelson Mandela. Mandela effect. I switch it back to front. Yeah, look at that. Why
Really?
for his first name was
Really?
yes.
Why,
I feel
why,
like
why is that?
you said first thing that comes to my mind. You didn't say anything.
Okay, look, forget that. I'm going to do too deep. Let's move on.
Yes, you are. Mm.
What's your guilty pleasure snack?
I like to eat a lot. So but it's really pizza. I love pizza a lot. I love
Mm.
pizza a lot. I cannot eat cheese, but I love pizza.
You're lactose intolerant?
No, I get migraines.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's such a life. I cannot smell chocolate because the smell of chocolate, boom, migraine one time.
Triggers. I'm
Yes.
sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's a sad life, but what can I do?
Next question. Heels or sneakers?
Flats.
If you could describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
Outgoing.
If you could master any skill instantly, what would it be?
Oh my god, doing nails.
Your dream vacation destination.
Barbados.
Really? Why?
Yes. I don't know. I always felt like drawn to the country so badly. I don't know. It's a very beautiful country in my opinion.
Mm. If you had to be an animal for one day, which animal would you be and why?
A lion? I don't know. I like things that start
Okay.
with L. I like things that start with L, so I just
Yes,
say like
yes. Uh, what's one thing most people don't know about you?
I like to sleep, but I think people know that about me because I just never be on my phone. So if you're not catching me on my phone, I'm sleeping.
Mm. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset,
Why sunset? You're
because you're reliving of a day that it could be a bad day, a good day. You just know it's going to have a next day after.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Somebody's saying, Fiona is saying, my 2025 queen. Uh,
Yes,
Aurelie is saying, yes, I like how she pause, think, and then interlink her platform to her response. Just commending
thank
you
you.
on your response. On your response, Kim, who I was studying about, who has beautiful locks, she says in social studies, but more practical is really required. So they do bring up certain things in social studies about the culture, I guess, but more practical would be required. So Joycelyn Laron is saying, enjoying the conversation. Everyone can't win, but you are going to give it your all.
Thank
Cheryl Plummer is saying, yes, she loves food. Uh, agreeing that you love food.
you.
Um, Somebody's saying I'm deviating. What am I deviating from? What am I deviating from? I'm not sure. What am I deviating from? Okay, so I was waiting for more people to comment, and send any, thank yous for you, any good luck for you. Bernadette, what are you helloing me for? What is the hello for, and the what's going on? I'm not deviating. C'est pas chaud, c'est chaud moi.
Ah,
Um, I It was really a pleasure having you on here with us this evening. I want to end with two last questions. My two last questions for you is, one of them is, what's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
okay. I know you heard me say that a lot tonight, but it's only because I really resonate with it and I really use it in certain times of my life. And it is everything happens for a reason. My father died when I was in primary school in grade
Wow, sorry to hear that.
six, just before common entrance. That's so crazy. But I remember him always telling me everything happens for a reason. And at first, I was, I don't know what to call it, angry, but I was confused at the fact about, obviously why take that person from me, da 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 da. And then in certain parts of my life, when things wasn't going my way, or when things wasn't going, in a sense, good for me, I would sit down and think, and after I've given up, I sit down and think, my father would have wanted me to give up. No, he would have wanted me to do better, try again, and remember that everything happens for a reason. And always try to do my best and believe in myself. So that's what I go by and live by.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful to know. Finally, if you could send one message to young girls who are watching right now, I know you just said something powerful. Everything happens for a reason. But if you have an additional message that you'd like to share, and then you can rope that in with anybody you'd like to shout out, or any thank yous you'd like to send to folks who are tuned in, who are supporting you here this evening.
Coming from a mother who really tried her best to do everything for me in life, and my siblings too, I really want to let people know that you have to you have to try to develop a certain sense of faith in life, because it had times where in growing up certain things was just not looking up. And as a young person, as a young woman myself, I would be confused because obviously it had certain parts in growing up where I didn't want to be thinking about in life because I'm a young child, da da da. But what can you do? And I just want to tell young women to always try to develop so much self confidence in yourself and self confidence in in certain things in your life, that when somebody comes towards you, or you see something online trying to bring you down, you brush it off and why I should not take that personally. I should not, because you should never take things personally, first of all. You should never take things personally. Because most of the times it's projection from other people. It's projection from other people. So if you sit down and you call me fat, you call me da da da, that's because you think of yourself as fat. That's not because I'm fat.
You have your own issues with your weight.
Have your own personal issues to think about. So as a young woman, specifically, you should never ever let people try to bring you back to the person you was before you had a certain level of self-confidence. Because what you should always try to remember is, I was there, now I'm here. I was there, now I'm here. You always have to try and remember the journey to the journey you had in becoming a very confident and self-expressive person. Because if you let what other people say to you or let what the media say to you, you're just going back to square one. After
Hmm.
all your hard work, after all your development in yourself, you're just going back to square one. So you should always try to develop so much self-confidence in yourself that anything you see, you will never take it personally, and you always try to remember that people always going to have their own opinions. but that don't mean it has to be the truth.
Mm-hmm.
An opinion is an opinion,
Mm-hmm.
not the truth. So that's what I want to tell people. And big up to my team. I appreciate everything that you all are doing for me. Big up to my chaperone, trying my best. And
Who's
I
your
just want
chaperone? Who's your chaperone?
a first time chaperone. Her name is Giselle Pascal.
Mm. Yeah.
But I just want to shout out to any sponsors that's still willing to, support your girl. But I
Is
just
it
want to,
so they would reach out to DFC, right?
yes, DFC, they would have to reach out to. I just
Yeah.
want to invite everybody to the show on February 27th, 2025, which is next week Thursday at 8 p.m. Get your tickets
Yeah.
online or at DFC's office.
Yes. Don't forget, guys. It's happening at the Carnival City Windsor Park Sports Stadium forecourt. So the tickets are 70 EC. And uncovered seating is 85. You don't want to get it uncovered, eh? Try and get uncovered covered
The
seating
weather
because it's raining so much
and
lately.
bipolar. Mm-hmm.
Yes, the weather is so bipolar. Covered seating is 100, standing is 770. Covered seating is 100, uncovered seating is 85, and VIP is 200 EC dollars. And you can purchase your tickets to be at the show to see Laveda and the rest of the girls or the young women do their thing on the night of the February the 27th. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have in store for us. And it was a pleasure having you on here. I know a lot of folks are coming on and they're sending shout out to you. Beautiful in and out, very good, authentic, also great job. Folks are really shouting you out. They really enjoyed your interaction with me here this evening. And I'm glad that I chose to have these one-on-ones with you guys instead of lumping all of you together. Because it really does showcase your individuality. Thanks again for the opportunity to hear a little bit about your story and getting to know about you a little bit more. And I want to wish you all the best. And I hope you get a sponsor. Sponsors out there. Hello. Help out the girl. It's like it's more than $15,000 to just do this show. Right? I know it's more than $15,000 because I believe they ask for about 15 or $20,000. I don't, like, but it's a lot more than that.
Yeah.
And imagine you doing it out of your own pocket, even if it's half a part sponsor, would be just fine, So I reach out to DFC and let them know that you're interested in partnering with them and taking on the sponsorship of Laveda Liverpool out of Girodel. Thank you very much, Laveda,
You're welcome.
and have a great evening.
You too. Bye bye.
Guys, that was the lovely Laveda Liverpool out of Girodel, the first contestant. So she will be the one presenting first, doing all the different rounds at the Miss Dominica competition. So that's the national competition that is being held next week, Thursday, the 27th. It was such a pleasure speaking with her, and I'm sure a lot of you enjoyed this conversation. I want to say thank you very much to the sponsors of this evening's show. Without them, this would not be possible. Thank you to the Discover Dominic Authority. I want to say special thank you to them for allowing these young ladies to come on here and share with you this evening. I want to also say thank you to Caribe, Do It Center, Do It Best Paints, Fresh Market Pharmacy. With all of what's going on right now with the flu season, I got this cough syrup from Fresh Market Pharmacy, and that thing saved my soul. I can't remember the name. If you want the name, let me know you want the name, and I will come back underneath, and I will put it in for you. But that cough syrup saved my soul. Big up to my other sponsors, Cash and Carry, Best Price, and Astafans. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow, same time, same place, with the second contestant. So stay tuned to that. Keep it locked. Turn on your notifications. If you follow me on YouTube, it's the best place to follow me right now is on YouTube because you can turn on your notifications, and when I go live, it will let you know that I'm live, so you never miss a show. All right, you never miss a show. I want to say thank you very much to my team for helping me. I have the most amazing team, and thank you very much, Samaj and the rest of the gang, for helping me put together these shows. I truly appreciate you all, and I appreciate you, the viewers, the followers, the listeners, those of you who came, who shared, who commented, who loved the show, who tagged your friends and family. Thank you very much for tuning in. Be back tomorrow, same time, same place, with another exciting discussion. Bye bye.
Looking to start your next home improvement project? Do It Center has everything you need from foundation to finish. Whether you're building, renovating, or just sprucing up, you'll find a wide selection of construction materials, lumber, tools, finishings, and of course, Do It Best quality paints. Perfect for every room. Now with 2 convenient locations on Goodwill Road and Cork Street, it's easy to shop in person or you can browse the full collection online at store.doitcenterdominica.com. Need delivery? They've got you covered. Do It Center offers island-wide delivery so your purchases reach you wherever you are. Visit them today and the friendly, knowledgeable staff will help bring your home improvement dreams to life. Do It Center Dominica, your partner in home improvement.
You see this here? Okay, boom. We not chasing nobody. You mad? Who fool? Who chad? Who bunny boys? Tell me ready. You mad? Who fool? Who chad? Who bunny boys? Timon, Gaibel.
Your mama still wrong.
Gaibel.
Don't message my phone.
Gaibel.
I don't want you.
Gaibel. Jigsaw. Let's go. You see this here? Okay, boom. We not chasing nobody. Why you got in all that worry? Acting as though you don't want me. Yes, baby.
Maybe you think we need mustard?
Yes, baby.
Yes, baby.
I don't have ketchup, you know. You think we should take some?
Yes, baby.
If you tell me clean the house, yes, baby. If you tell me wash my mouth, yes, baby. If you say I cannot go, yes, baby. I will not.
5 cases of malt, 2 cases of leg quarters, 3 cases of yellowtail wine. Give me plenty yellowtail wine. Half bag
Everything you say is
lentils,
yes,
half
baby.
bag. He's paying.
When I go to work, she lie down on the settee. When I come home, I give her all the money. Yes, baby. You don't need to stress. Take what you want and give me the rest. Yes, baby. Your cooking is the best, but I know you're tired. Why don't you take a rest?
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
I love the Kalinago territory, I love the Kalinago people, and I really embrace my culture.
How the hell do we expect to survive as a communal society in a capitalist system?
We need to teach that history that have not been taught.